to the microphone. This will be just for audio.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, perfect.
And Morgan, she brought her own fan base. Look over right here.
Perfect.
Oh, where'd he go?
Look at us. We're doing a quick
She brought her
shot.
own fan.
He better be my number one fan. That's my husband.
Oh, so we know where the applause will be coming from.
Right.
Okay, so who are you?
My name is Ilona Kearney. I'm running for governor in 2024.
Wow.
Pardon me?
Got my jersey too.
Pardon
right.
me? Say that again.
I'm running for governor in
Of
2024.
Washington State.
Yes.
Governor of Washington State.
Yes, I am.
Gee.
Say your name again.
Yeah.
Ilona Kearney.
All right.
If you look right
K.
here, this is my social media handle at Ilona,
Say it's Ilona.
ELONA,
Okay.
Ilona for Gov. Yeah.
.com.org.
What
are
this is, my website is peoplebeforeparty.com.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. Wow.
That's exciting.
I can
Thank
say
you.
I met Ilona.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
I'm with family, friends. They say we're watching the news.
Mhm. Be like,
And
Yeah.
you come on. I know. I know. Yeah.
But like I already been here.
Well, first of all,
So you got to
First
meet
of
me
all,
first.
thank you for stepping up and trying to make a difference.
Thank
no
you.
Kidding. No kidding.
Thank you.
How long have you been at it?
I signed up in May of last year.
Okay.
And so I just started going out to, like community things, because that's what our politicians don't tend to come and see about us until it's campaign year.
mhm.
And then even then they're just on a big stage talking to everyone, but nobody really gets to know them or
That's
feel
right.
that energy of who they are.
And that's because they don't necessarily care.
Right.
So would you
So-
say you're like an on the ground candidate then?
Yes, I am
Awesome.
grassroots, definitely, because if you go look at my PDC, you see I'm getting funds,
Mhm.
but they have more funds,
Right.
and I'm not backed by big,
Mhm.
big, what do you call it, big establishment.
Why?
Right.
Why did you choose? What's your background? What'd you do before?
Okay. Well, my background is, first off, no, I have not held a seat. However, I have had a nonprofit when I lived in Florida, and that nonprofit taught the youth how to write legislative bills and how to present them. And I would have politicians come in and teach them and debate with them.
So
Yes.
you were a teacher.
I was
yeah.
a community
Yeah.
advocate,
Wow.
pretty much. And then when I was in college, I have also lobbied for Renton Technical College to get
Okay.
funding. And then when I was at Evergreen, I was the top 10 to have to do my own write a legislative bill proposal
Wow.
and present it, because I'm also a military veteran. So it was for
What service were you in?
Army.
Okay. I
Yes.
was a Marine.
Okay. I was a computer analyst. But yes,
Thank you for your service.
thank you too. And so from there, I've the most recent bill I was on was the Senate Bill 5000. I spoke on behalf of Chinese American History Month, and it got passed this year.
Wow.
Awesome.
So
Congrats.
yes.
So, when did it cross your mind that you should be governor?
So
How
last
did that?
year I was, I always hear everyone say we're tired of being told vote for the lesser evil, and then there's these divisive campaigns where there's a campaign to this community, that community, and then everybody's hating each other. And I'm like, well, if we got to vote for a lesser evil, I'm getting frustrated at voting because we don't have a choice. We don't feel like we're being heard.
Mhm.
So then I told my husband, I said, well, I'll vote for me. So I was like, let's tell everybody else, hey, I'm not running for governor. We are running for governor.
Mm.
So that's how I see that, is not when I decided to run, we all are running together.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that idea of like we, not
Yeah.
I.
Yes.
When you broke the news or discussed, which husband thing?
Kong.
Kong.
Yes.
When she broke the news to you or told you what she'd like to do, how'd that strike you? Huh? He said, for real?
Yeah, he said for real. And I say, oh yeah, I'm for real. And then he said, okay, I'm with it. Because I will vote for you too.
No, I'm
Love it.
biased. I know you're biased. Do you think she'd make a good governor? So what is it? Your platform? Give me a couple of bylines, phrases.
Okay. So
Memorable. Yeah.
my slogan is uniting communities and removing labels. So I always harp on that, removing labels, because we are no longer we're tired of being another data and statistics.
That's right.
So removing labels. My core values are unity, community, and support, because I believe
Say that again.
unity, community, and support.
Like that.
And I believe that if you support the communities and the skills in the communities, then we will not be fighting each other. We'll have more unity, and we'll start to build up the foundation of the state. And my platforms aren't stereotypical of like, oh, lower taxes and stuff, because at the end of the day, I doubt that I can get us back to $1.99 gas to be realistic. So I say family first, Washington priority, and common sense. So like the important things to me under that are mental health, homelessness, and crime. Those things are very important to me. So when we're doing those, I say my platforms are those, is to make sure that when we're making laws, that we're keeping the forefront of those things in,
Well, when you say community, everything comes from the community.
Yes.
Not from a politician. It
Right.
all comes from us working, going to school, paying taxes.
Yes.
It all comes from us. So I love your thing, the community. If you pay attention to the community, it can only be better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just ask the community like you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And is there a way for community members to get in contact with you or share their worries or their problems? Like, is there a way that they can come to you or ask you via platform or in person?
Yes. So, like I said, my website is peoplebeforeparty.com. And if they go on there, they can message on there. My website, my email is on there as well, which is going to be elona@elonakearney.com.
Mm-hmm.
So all of my information is on there. I'm accessible. So as well as, invite me out. I don't mind. I come to cookouts. I like to eat.
Yeah. Are you going to do town halls and
Yes.
Are there any debates coming up? I mean, of course, today's only August of 2023.
Debates until
Mhm.
next year.
Okay.
So, like I said, ever since last year, I've just been getting out in the community. Everything that's community, listening to the community, because when I'm making my platforms, it's not going to be the stereotypical platforms of somebody dictating. What is it? Bob Ferguson and those, they run a people-powered campaign. I run a community-driven campaign. So people-powered for me means one person dictating to everybody. And for me, community-driven is what we should be constitutionally of we the people
And they
making.
don't even mean what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you choose governor to run for? Not starting out, a little bit smaller, city council, mayor, but governor is a big
Like
one.
a broadcaster on Rainier Ave
Yeah.
Radio.world, right?
Right.
Versus governor. Jeez.
See, for me, I always see people who start at the bottom and they tell them to work their way to the top. You're being groomed to be a crooked politician. Whereas now I just
love
went
that
straight
line.
to the top to be
What do you know about politics, right?
right.
All you know is people.
Right.
And what may make this a better place.
Correct.
That's all you got to care about.
Yes.
Yeah, not these platitudes, because none of them come true anyway.
No, and look, we have politicians, sometimes they're in there, they're not even moving the needle anyhow. So what difference does it make? We've had 6 presidents who have not had a political background that have won. So don't give me any fuss about what my political background is. And there's nothing that says that I can't run. I qualify just based on I'm older than 18, I'm a registered voter, and I live where I want to run. Those are the only 3 qualifications.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. And you're taking on the responsibility of the campaign
Yes.
to make a difference.
Yes.
I mean, more power to you. Tip of the hat. I mean, if why we are where we are today is not enough of us paid attention to our social responsibilities.
Right.
That's why we are where we are. Not enough of us have run for governor. Not enough of us have run for school board.
You're right.
Not enough of us to run for Congress and legislature. That's
Yeah.
why you pick up the newspaper and you read something, you go, I don't like that. Get out of your house and do something about it. That's
Right.
what you're doing.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the problem is we read the newspaper and again say, I don't like that, and put the newspaper down.
Yeah.
You didn't put the newspaper down.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not
It's
complacent.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Marcia?
great.
Huh?
It's a true marker of like a strong character, knowing what you want and going out to do it.
Yes.
And whenever you go into politics, there's always going to be people who are against you. So, you have to be kind of brave to go out there and say what you want and say what you believe and be ready to face that adverse.
And defend every point.
Yes.
And now, unfortunately, there's a little bit of anger out there.
It's a lot of anger.
Versus just willing to sit down over a cup of coffee and hash it out.
Organic
too much
coffee.
yelling and organic coffee. Right? That's like, why organic? Because I'm hosting a Change Your Food, Change Your Life show on Rainier Ave Radio.world. I'm an organic proponent. That's why she said organic. Okay. So there's that little bit of shortness.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
In society.
Yes.
So more power to you.
And
Because it's not like campaigning in the 50s.
Oh no.
No. Social media.
We have all of that.
One screwball out there, starts something on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, I have my own thing. So when somebody want to go ahead and put stuff out there, I don't mind telling all my own dirt.
That's good.
So, I'm not trying to hide anything. I go ahead and tell it to you, and then I'll tell you hashtag unpolitically correct. So if you see me in these streets.
And what are your socials for your campaign? Do you have socials dedicated
All
to
my
your
socials are going to be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I have a Snapchat. I don't do much on Snapchat, but I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to have some more platforms coming up here soon, but and they're all at Ilona for Gov.
Ilona for Gov.
The same account is the same for all. Yeah,
yes.
Good. Yeah.
Made it
You're
really
going to
easy.
be keeping busy. You're going to be keeping busy.
Oh,
how many yard signs are you going to ask him to install?
Everyone.
Do you have a pickup truck, a van? How are you going to get on the yard?
He has family members with pickup trucks.
All right.
And I always tell people, because a lot of politicians can go into these places where the big donors are. I can't afford to have a seat at that table. So my husband, he works overtime so that way I can get out here and campaign full time.
Wow.
So
look what we do. I mean, again, a tip of the hat. I hope everybody takes to heart what she just said. Here's an individual who isn't enamored with the world as it is and decided, okay, I can make a difference. I'm going to run for governor. I mean, governor. Right?
That's a big one. It's a big one.
Who doesn't have enough money to schmooze with the Microsofties and the Amazonis on their yachts. So her husband's working overtime.
Yep.
So they can afford the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It's a ground.
I mean, that's America.
Yeah.
That's how it's put together.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
It's gonna be thrilling, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Morgan, huh?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see
watch you on the news, in the newspaper. Yeah.
Yep.
Mark down the date. August 19th, 2023.
August 3rd, right?
No, August 19th.
Today's date.
For us
yes.
to remember. Yeah. Today's date.
Yeah.
August
Today
19th.
is the 19th.
Day of
August
history.
19th. That's right. Our history. Yeah. Wow.
Yep. And if y'all see me in these 39 counties, because right now I'm doing the 39 county tour, don't let me be sleeping in these streets in my car at nighttime, because I'm doing the best I can. So if I have to stay in the car at a bus station, I'm going to be in your county, because I'm hitting all 39 counties, because nobody never listens to you.
Where's the next stop?
The next stop is tomorrow. I'm headed up to Bremerton and then straight across the top.
And what are you going to do in Bremerton?
Bremerton, I'm actually singing the national anthem for the Elks Lodge there.
Wow.
Oh.
And a vocal talent?
Yes.
Acapella?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. I sing, if you watch, I think they're on TBL, the Superhawks basketball team.
So when you're governor, you can open the legislative session by singing it yourself.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes. My mom is a voice trainer, so.
Wow.
So Bremerton then?
Bremerton, and then I'm hitting the next counties. I'm just going straight across the top on counties, because I've already hit 11 counties over on Eastern Washington.
Okay.
So I'm going straight across the top from county to county. Unless somebody calls me and say, hey, I want to meet with you and things, I'm going to be stopping in people's businesses and passing out cards to make contact, and then straight down to Atherton, and then across the bottom. And then I'll be back for the next week, because I have an event next weekend.
So how do you get yourself into singing the national anthem and stuff. How do you invite yourself into all of these events? How do you get into all these events?
Oh, you know, when I first started out, because all my family lives in Florida, so I don't have any family here. I moved my dad and my kids here back in 2016, and my husband knows a lot of people because he's from here. So it's just pretty much making connection, not being afraid to talk to people. And sometimes it feels like it's going like May. I started May of last year with just me and my husband. So now we're building a bigger team. And now when I go places, people are stopping us in the restaurant. Can I take a picture with you? Been waiting to meet you. So it grows because I'm not sitting still doing nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm just making connections. And then somebody say, I heard you sing. Why don't you go sing here?
Wow. But it still takes cold calls too, right?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Orlando, running for governor. Can I speak at? Right? Still have to do just the
cold calls, talking to people because people are giving me, hey, can you call so and so?
Yeah.
Or call this group over here, or call this church here. So, yep.
That's great. It's
to the people watching live. Tell them why they should vote for you for governor. Just tell them why. Just tell them why.
You should vote for me for governor because I'm not running for governor. We are running for governor. So this seat is ours. They say if you're not having a seat, if you're not having a seat at the table, you must be on the menu. So next year, I'm taking Washingtonians off the menu.
All right.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. Wow. What do you think of that, Tony B? Running for governor of the state of Washington, exclusively interviewed on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Mm-hmm.
Not Como, not KVI, only Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yes.
So honored to meet you.
And I'm honored to be on here.
And to take your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It is. I'm glad you're on our radar and we can keep track of how your campaign's going.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Yeah. Hear that? Hear the applause? Yeah, hear the applause?
Thank you.
I think
opportunity to maybe speak.
I think next, your husband for a couple of minutes. As you explained, it's a team. Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Future governor.
So let's review how hot Rainier Avenue Radio.world is.
It's real hot.
From a kid making a paper hat to a roller. Wait a minute.
Oh,
get that on camera.
Oh my gosh.
Can you get that on camera?
That's how you spell my hometown.
Got it? Yeah. So, from a kid making a paper hat to a roller derby star. Who you kind of stood back from.
Well, you were telling them to push me over.
to a young lady running for governor of the state of Washington.
Governor. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Now,
let's a lot of people here today.
Did Como interview her?
I don't think so.
Did KVI interview her?
I don't think so.
Did any station other than Rainier Avenue Radio.world interview a gubernatorial candidate?
You know, I don't think so. At least not today, but we've got a great interview with what he wants to do.
No other radio stations are broadcasting live from the community.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else here.
As if you're a part of the city of Seattle, you ought to be here broadcasting from your own community. Let Rainier Avenue Radio.world set the example.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much so. Right, Tony B?